Over the last few months, we have discerned our missionary mentality. We've embraced vibrant leadership, relational intentionality, and prayerful dependence. We've engaged worship. Now we must engage community. This is the new scorecard. It's not just about bodies, buildings, and budgets, as important as those three things are. But it's about discerning and embracing and engaging the right things. And if we will, as a church, then we will be evangelistic, we will be involved in discipleship, we will be involved in the things that we ought to be involved in. And it's not how big the church is or how small the church is. It's how vibrant is the church. What are we discerning? What are we embracing? What are we engaging in? And that's so very, very important. Last Sunday, we began talking about small group communities and their importance in our spiritual lives. We began talking about small group communities and their importance in our spiritual growth, in our friendships, our accountability, in our personal transformation. And may I say, every single one of us here today, we need to be involved in a personal transformation. If you don't think that you need to change, you're sadly mistaken. If I don't think I need to change, I am sadly mistaken. My life needs to change. My lifestyle needs to change. My mind needs to change. My heart needs to change. My thinking needs to change. My actions need to change. I need to be in a transformational mode, if you will. And so do you. When we get saved, we think that's all there is. That's all there is to it. We're now saved and we get to go to heaven. And that's a wonderful thing. But there's a lot of life to live between getting saved and getting to heaven. There's a lot of things that we need to do. There are a lot of things that Christ expects of us. And so we need to discern and we need to embrace and we need to engage. And one of those things that we need to engage is community. For this is the goal. What is the goal? Personal transformation. And because this is the goal, I want to encourage you today, each of you, to become a leader. Gather a few people around you and see lives changed and transformed. Listen, more leaders equals more small groups, more small communities, and more small communities equals more changed lives. Not only will your life change, but lives that you affect for Christ will also change. This morning, as we emphasize small groups, as we emphasize the need of engaging community, let me give you 5 myths about small groups, or 5 myths about community. Myth number 1, small group configurations are permanent. No. Small group structures change at any given time. I've led one for over 20 years. The participants have changed. The places have changed. But hopefully those who've been involved are better for attending. And their lives have been transformed. Myth number 2. Small group meeting locations are limited to church buildings. Actually, my small group has met at restaurants, banquet rooms, right out in the middle of the restaurant, outside, and in homes. Myth number 3. The small group facilitator must be highly trained. The truth? A good leader isn't a superstar or a theologian. A good leader loves God, and he or she loves people. Myth number 4. A small group organization must be complex. However, flexibility and simplicity is usually the best. And myth number 5. Only pastors are qualified to administer pastoral care. May I say, here at our church, this is not true. Many of you minister to others in ways no one sees but God, and that is very good. Now, some have the philosophy, I pay, pray, and get out of the way. Anybody like that here today? Raise your hand. Go ahead and be honest. I pay, pray, and get out of the way. But in reality, we should minister personally to one another. There's a great example of this in the book of Acts, chapter 4. I'd like for you to read with me, beginning in verse number 31. It says, "And when they had prayed, the place was shaken." It would be a wonderful thing that our church started to shake. That would be a wonderful thing. When they prayed, the place was shaken. And maybe this place would shake more if we prayed more. Amen? We need to be involved in the work of God, every single one of us. All of us need to pray. All of us need to be involved. All of us need to be concerned about the spiritual being and welfare of the Indianapolis Baptist Temple. That's why it's so important that you come. That's why it's so important that you don't stay home. That's why it's so important that you pray. That's why it's so important that you give. Here in the summer months, things get a little lean sometimes. The attendance gets a little lean, and the giving gets a little lean because people are gone. And by the way, we don't have time to give our tithes. I mean, we got to go see Mickey Mouse. And there's nothing wrong with going to see Mickey Mouse. I like Mickey Mouse. I like Minnie Mouse better. But what does that have to do with being faithful in our giving? Being faithful in our tithes? Making sure that God's work continues while we go visit Mickey. You see, Mickey doesn't deserve your tithe. Your tithe doesn't belong to Minnie Mouse. Your tithe belongs to the Lord. And so even though in the summertime we get a little lean and all churches go through it and it's for a pastor kind of miserable and you don't really like it, and you know the month of June we had $7,000 less come in than what our budget required. Already here in July we're $5,500 behind. And you wonder why it gets a little tough sometimes. You wonder why we have to have a little adjustment in our thinking from time to time. Because we have to come to the place where we realize we can't trust you. We have to trust God. Because in reality, this is not our church, this is God's church. And He has to take care of it. And that's not easy to go through. It's easier said, it's easier to preach. It's a whole lot harder to practice what we preach, is it not? And so what do? We try to put a little back so that we can have something to fall back on if we have to. You see, if we prayed more, the place would shake more. If we did more, if we gave more, if we prayed more, if we'd be more concerned, if we were more faithful, the place would shake in a far greater way. All these ministries that so many of you have been involved with this summer, we're so appreciative, so grateful. And these 5-day clubs that will be taking place, many of you will be involved with that, and we're so appreciative. And we want to see young people and children and adults and parents come to a saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. So when they prayed, the place was shaken, where they were assembled together. And they were all filled with the Holy Ghost. And they spake the word of God with boldness. I'm glad that we can pray on the golf course. In fact, when I play golf, I pray a whole lot on the golf course, more than usual probably. I'm glad that we can pray when we're on vacation. I'm glad that we can pray when we're fishing. I'm glad we can pray when we're doing this or that or whatever. But you know what? There's something powerful that when we come together and pray, where 2 or 3 are gathered in His name, things, great things, good things take place. And it says, and they spake the word of God with boldness. I think it's interesting. There was some group, I'm not even sure what group it was, but there was some group that took an ad out in the paper against CEF to warn the parents of Indianapolis that young people from all over the country were coming, and the churches of Indianapolis were coming to brainwash their children. No, we're not trying to brainwash anybody, but we are trying to wash their hearts in the blood of Jesus Christ. Amen? You see, Jesus was opposed when he did what was right. The church is always opposed when they do right. You're going to be opposed if you do right. So don't get upset about it. That just means the devil's alive and well. And that just means we get to see that Jesus is even more alive and well through it all. Good things happen. The place will be shaken when we pray and when we speak the word of God in boldness. You think that full-page ad in the paper is going to hinder us from going? Heavens no. You think it's going to hinder CEF people from going? Heavens no. You think this team is going to wilt? Heavens no. It's going to make us stronger, more bold to speak the word of God. And the multitude, verse 32, of them that believed were of one heart and one soul. When we speak the word of God, multitudes will be saved. We expect multitudes of children to be saved. They were of one heart and one soul. Neither said any of them that aught of the things which he possessed was his own, but they had all things common. Did you catch that? They had all things common. This was not an experiment in socialism. This was an experiment in Good Samaritanism. Socialism is when the government makes you give. Samaritanism, Good Samaritanism, is when the love of Christ in your heart makes you give to bless someone else, to build a building in Lyon for Bonnie Wilson, to help spread the word of God throughout Indianapolis, to send a child to camp. No one can make you do that. Only the love of Christ in your heart can compel you to do that. And verse 33 says, and with great power gave the apostles witness of the resurrection of the Lord Jesus, and great grace was upon them all. Neither was there any among them that lacked. For as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them, and brought the prices of the things that were sold, and laid them down at the apostles' feet. They trusted their leadership. Can I say that again? They trusted their leadership. They didn't question their leadership. There's nothing wrong with asking questions, but they didn't question their leadership. They believed that they were honest. And they laid their offerings at their feet to be distributed as they saw fit. And distribution was made unto every man according as he had need. And Joseph, who by the apostles was surnamed Barnabas, which is being interpreted the son of consolation, a Levite of the country of Cyprus, having land, sold it, and brought the money, and laid it at the apostles' feet. You see, the early church was a community. It was a community of believers. They did things together. They assembled together. They worshiped together. They gave together. They prayed together. They distributed together. They sold things together to make sure that God's work and God's people were taken care of. Can I give you some facts about this early church? The early church was a small group. Fact number 2, there were no mega churches in the New Testament. And fact number 3, all of Paul's church plants were 30 to 60 people approximately. Yet, they prayed, they worshiped, they sold, they gave, they met each other's needs, and they did it together. Can I give you 5 deliverables of small groups or communities? This morning, we're going to encourage you to not just leave here as you do every Sunday, but we're going to encourage you to stop by these tables in the back and sign up for a small group. The small group leaders will be there, and representatives from the groups will be there. And we want you to join one of these groups if you have not done so in the past. And we want you to be involved because there are some deliverables that will take place if you'll just participate and be involved. The first deliverable is this: small groups deliver deeper friendships. If you want deeper friendships, if you want greater friendships, you need to sign up and be involved in a small group this coming fall. They deliver deeper friendships. Everybody will know your name. You see, not everybody knows your name here today, but in a small group, everybody will know your name. They deliver deeper friendships. Number two, they deliver accountable relationships. You know in a better way each other's needs. You know if there's a pain. You know if there's a problem. You know if someone has died. You know that if there's a financial need. You know if there's a prayer need. You know if their child is going through a sickness or through some kind of difficulty. You know, and you're able to pray with each other and support one another. They deliver accountable relationships. If you have problems and difficulties in your life, you have someone that you can talk to. You have someone that you can discuss it with. You have someone that you can trust. In fact, one of the rules of our small groups, if you go out and gossip about something you hear in your small group, we're going to kick you out of the small group. Because it should be a place of friendship and a place of accountable relationships. Number three, they deliver environments of spiritual growth. You see, in small groups, in small communities, when we engage in them, we connect and we grow and we serve, and then we can go. But we'll never go until we serve. We'll never serve until we grow. We'll never grow until we connect. Our spiritual journey can begin. Number four, small groups deliver maximum participation. You know, it's easy to come on Sunday morning and get lost, as we talked about last Sunday morning. It's easy to come on Sunday morning and get lost. It's easy to come and sit on the back row. It's easy to come and sit in the corner somewhere. It's easy to come and sit on the back steps and then leave right after the last amen. Now, Tim, don't be preaching to your daughter and your wife. They need my preaching today, not yours. They hear you all week long, and they haven't obeyed, so now it's my chance to help you out. I've heard your preaching. It's not very good. It's easy to get lost on Sunday morning. But small groups can get you involved quicker. It can get you involved quicker for the purpose of making you a better Christian and a better person and a better church member and a better wife and a better husband, a better child, a better individual. Deliverable number 5 is this: small groups deliver missional opportunities. As a small group, you can pray together. You can adopt a missionary together to support through the local church. Small groups should never take the place of the local church. Together you can do projects and you can make disciples together. Please remember this: small groups aren't closed secret societies. They are open to everyone for life change. That's why we have tables in the back today. That's why we're going to invite you to join one of these. And those that are in the small group already, they're going to accept you willingly and lovingly. This morning, I want you to open your Bibles, please, to the book of Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 10. And there's a passage here that we have read on other occasions, but I believe that it is appropriate for this morning once again. And the author of Hebrews chapter 10, beginning in verse number 19, says this: Having therefore, brethren, boldness to enter into the holiest of the blood of Jesus, by a new and living way, which he hath consecrated for us through the veil, that is to say, his flesh, and having a high priest over the house of God. I'm glad that I've been saved. Those songs that we sang about this morning, salvation through faith and faith alone, and through by the grace of God and through Christ, what a wonderful, wonderful thing to sing about. I'm glad that I have been saved. I'm glad that I have believed on Christ. Aren't you glad that you've believed on Christ, that you're going to heaven when you die? Aren't you glad of that? But I want you to know, as I said before, there's so much more to do. There's more to the Christian life than just getting saved and now I'm going to heaven. We have a whole life to live for Him. We have 1,000 years in the millennial reign of Christ to rule and reign with Christ. We have hundreds and hundreds of years to be involved in what God is doing before eternity even begins. You've got this life. You've got decades. Some of you are going to live to be 80 or 90 years old. Some of you already look like you're 90 years old and you're only 40. Just think what you're going to look like when you're 90. Look like 180. But no matter what you look like or how old you are, we have a responsibility. As I've said on many occasions, this life is a gigantic spiritual job interview. And God is just looking to see who He can use in the ages to come and the inheritance that He wants to give you. And so I'm glad for salvation. But there's some things that we need to do after we get saved. Not come to the altar, not pray a prayer of salvation, not receive Christ as our Savior, and then walk out and we never see you again. But there's some things we're to do. In verse 22 it says, let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure blood. That's something that happens every day. Verse 23, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for He is faithful that promised. Don't err from the faith. Don't leave the faith. Don't depart from the faith. You can do all that and not even deny the faith. But you might deny the faith if you err from the faith, if you depart from the faith, if you leave the faith. So let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering. Let us know what we believe. Verse 24, let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. We're to encourage each other. Verse 25, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is. Is it your manner just to stay home over the most insignificant things? Or is it your manner to be here when you're supposed to be here? Because without you, it's not the same. My wife and I, we were talking this week, and maybe it was my father and I, we were talking this week, and we were talking about a particular individual, and my father said this. He said, you know, people in church so much of the time, they don't really believe that they're significant. They really don't believe that if they don't show up next week, that no one even cares, and it really doesn't matter, and they won't even be missed. That's how insignificant we think of ourselves. But we are missed. We are missed. And so we should not forsake the assembling of ourselves together. Because you are important. You may not think you're important, but you are important. It says, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as we see the day approaching. So I'm exhorting you. I'm encouraging you. Because Jesus is coming again. The day is approaching. And not only is the day of the Lord approaching, but let me say this, some really tough days in this world is approaching. We've got the same-sex marriage situation going on. We've got ads being taken out, and we've got Christians being persecuted, and we've got all kinds of social ills. And I want you to know that things are going to get worse until Jesus comes again. And as we see not only these evil days approaching, but as we see the day approaching, we need to assemble ourselves even more together. And we need to be involved on Sunday morning. We need to be involved in small groups. We need to be involved in communities, the large community and the small community alike. Because we're going to need each other more than we've ever needed each other in our lives. He goes on in verse number 26. He says, for if we sin, say that word with me, willfully. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, that remaineth no sacrifice for sins, but a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries. When we willfully sin, when we willfully, after we've been saved, after we have willingly and willfully not done those things that we've already read about there in Hebrews chapter 10, but we willfully don't get together. We willfully are not involved. We willfully don't give. We willfully stay at home. We willfully have other things to do when we should be in the house of God. When we willfully do those things, the author of Hebrews says there is fiery judgment to pay. And that's at the judgment seat of Christ. You see, nobody makes us do anything. You can't make Americans do anything. I can't make you do anything. All I can do is get up here and exhort you week in and week out. And you know what? If Christ doesn't put it in your heart to do it, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I've already given up on that one. There's nothing I can do. I can go home. I can get mad. I can cry. I can get bitter. But it only hurts me. There's nothing I can do unless we draw near. We willfully do some things that will make our lives better and produce life change in us, in others, and in the church. He goes on in verse 28 and he says, he that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Of how much sore punishment. In other words, under the law, if the punishment was that great, just think what it's going to be under grace. Of how much sore punishment, suppose ye, shall he be thought worthy, who hath trodden under foot the Son of God, and hath counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified as an unholy thing, and hath done despite unto the Spirit of grace. We have insulted God when we willfully do those things that we shouldn't do, and we willfully don't come together to do those things that he requires of us. We are insulting God. When we stay home, we're insulting God. When we don't tithe, we're insulting God. When we don't bless each other, we are insulting God. I'm not trying to put anybody on a guilt trip today at all. But if we don't finish that building in Leon, that is an insult to the Spirit of grace. That God's Spirit did not give us the grace to raise another $5,000 so that we can be a blessing to those people at that ranch church. We have so much as Americans. We have so much. And so I'm just going to do again today what I did a few months ago. I'm going to start it. Here's my 100. Uh-oh. Here's my 100. And I need 49 more people. Who will match it? We need 49 other people that will experience the Spirit of grace and say, I'm not going to send those men all the way to Leon they're paying $1,500 a piece to go to build a half a building. And so while I'm preaching, if the Spirit of grace speaks to your heart, you come up and you just lay on the altar with that 100, what God gives you the grace to give. If he doesn't give you the grace, don't do it. But if he gives you the grace, you do it. Because you see, it's an insult to God not to do his work as he leads us to do it. It says in verse 29, of how much sore punishment, suppose ye, shall he be thought worthy, who hath trodden under foot the Son of God, and hath counted the blood of the covenant, wherewith he was sanctified, an unholy thing, and hath done despite unto the Spirit of grace. For we know him that hath said, vengeance belongeth unto me, I will recompense, saith the Lord. And again, the Lord shall judge his people. Verse 31, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of a living God. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of a living God, but call to remembrance the former days in which, after we were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of afflictions. You know what some of us need to do today? We need to remember what it was like when we got saved. We need to remember what it was like when we received Christ as our personal Savior. We need to remember what it was like when he took that burden of sin off our shoulders and he saved us and he redeemed us and he justified us and he sanctified us and he gave us a new life. We need to remember that day. We have grown so old and cold, we have forgotten that day. Oh, but we need to remember. We need to remember what he has done for us. And the little that we do for him is so, so very insignificant. Oh, listen. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of a living God. But call to remembrance the former days in which after ye were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of afflictions. We need to learn to endure. We need to learn to just keep on keeping on. We need to learn to continue. We just have to learn to do so. Got to learn. Just endure. Giving that $100, that's enduring for some of us. And I understand, and I want you to know as your pastor, my wife and I, we have always given. I've tithed since I was 12 years old. I deal with people every week that don't have 2 cents to rub together. I sat down with a lady this last Monday, and she can't pay her bills. She doesn't have enough money. She can't pay her rent. She can't pay her utilities. She can't do anything. She just complains and complains and complains every time I talk to her. I said, what time are you coming home from work on Monday, last Monday? She said, I'll be there at 3 o'clock. I said, I'll be there at 5. We're going to put budgets together. I sat down, walked her into one of our inner city churches. I sat down, and I went through and made her budgets. You know what? She has all kinds of money. She doesn't have a money problem. She has a spending problem. That's what she has. She didn't have a money problem. We don't have money problems. We have spending problems. And I know what some of you are thinking, because I think the same way. I tithe since I was 12 years old. I double tithe. I give to missions. I hate going on mission trips because every time I come back, I add more to it. I went to Oaxaca to plan this trip for this week back in March. I came back and I upped my mission giving again. I don't like going on mission trips because it makes me give more. I'm being facetious. So I understand how we feel sometimes. Oh, we got to give again. Oh, we got to. It's not that we don't have it. It's just, I just don't know if I want to do it. I feel the same way sometimes. I'll be very truthful. I didn't want to put that $100 down. I really didn't. Hadn't even planned on doing it. I know you don't believe that, but I hadn't planned on doing it. But man, as I read the Word of God, it speaks to your heart. I don't want to sin willfully. I don't want to trod underfoot the Son of God, the Spirit of grace. God has been so good to me. He's been so good to me. I shouldn't give $100. I should give $500. He's been so good to me. And when we give, he opens the windows of heaven. I don't open the windows of heaven. You don't open the windows of heaven. He opens the windows of heaven. And he pours us out blessings. It's all based on giving. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of a living God. It says in verse 33, partly whilst ye were made a gazing stock both by reproaches and afflictions, and partly will ye become companions of them that were so used. For ye had compassion of me in my bonds, and took joyfully the spoiling of your goods. You took joyfully the spoiling of your goods. You see, that's what I've just done today. I have spoiled you of your goods. I have said something that allowed Christ to motivate you through his word to spoil you of your goods. This is your money. No, that's not your money. That's God's money. He just gives it to us to give back to him so that we can be a blessing. And took joyfully the spoiling of your goods. Do you have joy in your heart what you've done today? Are you doing it joyfully? Knowing in yourselves that ye have in heaven a better and enduring substance. Everyone that just put $100 down here, or whatever you put down here, you know what you just did? You just made a deposit in the bank account of heaven. You see, you didn't give this. You still have it. It's just in God's bank account. Your bank account in God's bank. You still have it. But that money that we spend today on dinner, that's going into somebody else's bank account. It's going in that restaurant's bank account. This just went into God's bank account. You still have it. You see how giving works? You still have it. Oh, Lord, have mercy. If we could just get it. If we could just catch it. Cast not away, therefore, your confidence. Have confidence today. In God, not in money. Cast not away, therefore, your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward. God has promised reward. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith. Say that with me. Now the just shall live by faith. Say it again. Now the just shall live by faith. We can't outgive God. But if any man draw back, oh, did God tell you to give today? Are you drawing back? Don't draw back. Don't go backward. Go forward. Don't leave out the back door. Come forward. Don't draw back. You just do what God has told you to do. Don't draw back. Because if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. Jesus says, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, unto destruction, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. The author of Hebrews here is talking to saved people. And he's saying to saved people, if you don't draw back, if you go forward, you will save your soul. In other words, you will save your life. In other words, you will sanctify your life. Each of us need to provoke or promote the Christian way of life by drawing near, by being persistent, by promoting love, by promoting good works, by getting together, by respecting God, by remembering his judgment, by staying bold, by looking for the reward, by standing on his promise, by living by faith. What are the results? The saving of our souls, or in other words, the sanctification of our life. This is true life change. This is transformation. That's what we've been talking about all year long. Transforming our lives as Christians, transforming our church, and as a result, going forward and transforming our community. What are we going to do this week? What are we going to do with CEF? We're going out to try to transform our community. We're going out into parks, and we're going out into neighborhoods, and we're going out into other places besides the four walls of this church. And what are we doing? We are trying to change lives and to change our community for Jesus Christ. I'm so tired of the cults taking things over. I'm so tired of them going to door. I'm so tired of them getting out in the community. I'm tired of hearing about them doing certain things. I want you to know the Church of Jesus Christ, we need to go forward today and not draw back. Why? For the sanctification of lives, for the saving of souls, for the saving of your own soul, the saving of your own life. I'm not talking about going to heaven. I'm not an Arminian. I'm not talking about losing your salvation. I believe once saved, always saved. We do this because we are saved. But if we don't, at the judgment seat of Christ, our soul will not be saved, or our soul will not be sanctified as it ought to be, and the reward will not be ours. We have to rightly divide the word of truth. We got to exegete the word of God instead of looking at it from eisegesis, just what someone has always told us. Why do we draw near? Why do we willfully serve him, obey him? Why? So that one day when we stand before Christ, he'll be able to say, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant," because our souls, our lives have been sanctified as he wished. What's the purpose this summer of this series that we're in on transformation? Once again, seeing our lives as Christians changed, seeing our church as a result changed, and seeing our community changed by the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's what it's all about. That's why we're going to Mexico. That's why I've encouraged you to give today, so we can finish that building. I'm taking cash with me so we can beat those Mexicans down and try to get those prices lower. And we're going to go to those places, those businesses there in Leon, and we're going to say, "We got $1,000. Can we get it for $500?" And we're going to do whatever we can do. We're going to Jew the Mexicans. That's what we're going to do to the best of our abilities. And if I come across El Chapo, I'm going to ask him for a loan. I'm going to ask him to give after I tell him about Jesus. The Christian life should be a fun life. Christian service should be fun. We should enjoy ourselves. We need to get out there, whether it's in the neighborhoods or whether it's in Mexico or whether it's in the inner city or whether it's church planning or whatever we're doing. We just got to get out there and see lives changed by the glorious gospel of Christ. That's what I've done for all my life. That's what I'm going to continue to do all my life. Preach the gospel of Christ and see lives changed through his gospel. Thank you to everyone who has given today. God bless you. Let's stand for prayer.